Central region of Paulo Afonso. This is the central region of the city. Paulo Afonso that I really had a different image of. I imagined a different city, really. Yes. I confess, I was quite surprised. It surprised me a lot. It's a magnificent city. I'm not saying that because of this central square, no, because of this greenery here, no. It's because it's really a very beautiful city, really. Of everything I've seen so far, it's a magnificent city. Well, we're presenting Praça das Mangueiras, Mango Tree Square. Okay, wait a minute. So if this is Praça das Mangueiras, it's because there must have been many mango trees here, obviously. Let's go. Praça das Mangueiras represents the integration between the old GNF camp, the hydroelectric company of the San Francisco Valley, right? Urjusa. Anyway, it represents the integration between the old GZF camp and the other part of the city, which for many years was separated by a wall restricting access to the camp, which caused rivalry between GZF employees. Look at that. So Chefianos refers to the employees of Chef, which is the company from the San Francisco River area. Okay? This caused rivalry between the Chefianos and the residents of the village that formed with the arrival of immigrants who gathered around the limits of Chef's area, hoping to get a job at the company. Interesting. Very interesting. This explains the name of Praça das Mangueiras, which is this one right here. Praça das Mangueiras. Very interesting. Earlier, I read about an old umbu tree, which is a symbol of the city Bu. And here now we see this square, Praça das Mangueiras. So this is Praça das Mangueiras. Anyway, a magnificent city, a magnificent Paulo Afonso. That's it. central square of Paulo Afonso. Praça das Mangueiras. This is a totally special tour. A tour repeating through the center of Paulo Afonso through Praça das Mangueiras. Okay. So this was a tour of Praça das Mangueiras in the center of Paulo Afonso. Or rather, it's still a tour of Praça das Mangueiras because it's not over yet.
Vai me filmar também? É.
Tudo bom?
Tá na hora do
Tudo bom?
Tá bom, meu irmão.
O senhor é do Paulo Afonso?
Tô.
O senhor, por acaso, o senhor mora na cidade? Tem família?
Eu moro aqui na cidade, eu me criei aqui, Paulo.
Tá bom. Você se incomoda de ser filmado?
É?
Se incomoda de ser filmado?
Não.
Não? Qual o nome do senhor?
Meu nome é Zé Alves da Silva.
Zé Alves da Silva? De Paulo Afonso? Obrigado, viu, seu Zé Alves?
Falou, meu irmão.
Vamos mostrar a Praça das Mangueiras. Seu Zé Alves, por que Praça das Mangueiras?
Antigamente era cheio de mangueira aqui. Aí hoje acabou essas mangueiras. Tem algum pé perdido aí, mas...
Então, o motivo, obviamente, é porque havia muitas mangueiras aqui, né?
Aí era muita bagunça, os meninos subiam, quebravam, derrubavam as mangas novinhas. Aí perdia mesmo muito de fruta, né?
Entendi.
Aí eles tiraram mais. Não tem quase nada de mangueira aí, ó.
Mas continua sendo a Praça das Mangueiras, né?
Continua a praça. Esse nome aí não permanece.
Tudo bem.
Não sai não.
Obrigado, viu?
Falou.
Well, Mr. Zhang explained why it's called Mango Tree Square, which is very obvious. Of course, right? Let's take a walk. We're taking a walk. Here we have a carranca, a symbol of Bahia. What a magnificent thing. The canoeists of Bahia use this a lot. It's on the front of the canoes, I think, as a symbol of protection. So this is a carranca. Jose Faustino. Jose Faustino. From Facinova Pernovo. Here, 1710th, I think it's the 17th, 1710th of 2000. So, this work here was actually made by Jose Faustino from Fazenda Nova, Pernambuco. I believe the date is around 7/10 of 2000. So obviously, this Mr. Jose Faustino is the author of the work. When I said, mentioning where I just came from, that Paulo Afonso is a beautiful city, I am not referring to the park here, or because of the mango trees. No, it is certainly not that. And other places I visited, the whole picture. It's the whole picture that explains why Paulo Afonso is such a well-known city. It's really a very beautiful city. So obviamente mais aproximadamente, and not just the center of the city. The center that we're visiting here is truly a splendid city. And here is the symbol of why the square is called Mango Tree Square. Yuma. Here is one of the remaining mango trees that made up the whole area that obviously filled this place. And it seems that I definitely have a few hours left. This is one of those that remain. So it's a truly magnificent, beautiful square, worthy the city, worthy of the city of Paulo Afonso. Ahead we have a plaque. Plaque says the following: Cathedral of Our Lady of Fatima, below the hydroelectric complex, and Belvedere Park. Well, it's this way, right? Let's cross the park bridge. Let this boy climb up. your son. Once in the center, we made a short video with the old umbu tree here. Let's remake the video with the main point of Paulo Afonso, which is this old umbu tree gem.
It's his business, right? It has nothing to do with her. I asked him, I sent him a message, I asked him if we could.
In the long video, present the old umbu tree once again as we are playing this version. Here is the plaque that explains this magnificent umbu tree and why it's located in the city center. Let's go then. City Hall, Paulo Afonso. City of good and progress. An umbu tree, a sacred tree of the backlands, a remnant of the urban expansion of the workers' village of G, the hydroelectric company of the San Francisco Valley. This umbu tree in the Praça do Corredor bandstand square was planted in the 1940s. The bandstand is right there. There's the bandstand. Even with the expansion and development of the city, the company had the foresight to maintain the tree, prioritize the interest and well-being of the population ban. This umbu tree is now estimated to be the oldest known living individual in Paulo Afonso, the oldest living individual in Paulo Afonso. Afonso. Wikipedia. This umbu tree existed before the city of Paulo Afonso. Very well. The oldest known living individual in Paulo Afonso is now protected by the Ocrisca Bagitericri of Mayortago. This is how we preserve and celebrate our roots, our memory, and our rural history. Paulo Afonso, June 10, 22. So folks here, the oldest living individual in Paulo Afonso, here he is. We have this megalopolis, an incredible, gigantic, enormous city. We know the Parque das Mangueiras, Mango Tree Park. And next to the Parque das Mangueiras is umbu tree that represents the very essence of the city of Paulo Afonso. It's older than the city itself. Before Paulo Afonso existed, this umbu tree was already here. That's why it was listed a heritage site of the city. Paulo Afonso, Bahia, Brazil.